There we are, for the benefit of the VOD squad. We have turned off the mouse. It is no longer doing anything. We are doing all game inputs from this point forward using nothing but the drawing tablet. And I have no idea how this is going to go. To be honest, I was a little bit scared that I wouldn't be able to interact with that screen there. I know it works in-game because I tested that on the weekend. And shout out to the absolutely fantastic set of lads that I met while doing so. You'll see my pirate. He doesn't know what's going to happen to him. Let's start off nice and easy with a bit of maiden voyage, because this could go quite significantly wrong. And I need to get to bearing with playing this game again, you know? Yes, indeed, hand. Means I can do all sorts of things, like thumbs up, or even thumbs down. Nothing of this game. Yeah, I mean, this is not what I would call a very standard beginning, but you would start on the maiden voyage. A tutorial that I have done a good number of times because I used it for the generic bingo tournament hosted by BingoCon year before last. Immediately, there are some things to note. So,
You look a
it's
little
all well
worse
and good
for wear, my
looking
friend.
forward here.
You must be on quite
If I want to
the
look over to
journey.
the left,
I
you'll
should
see
eat
I fall off
something
the
if I were
canvas.
you. A full belly can do
And indeed, I
wonders for
fall
your
off to the right
spirits.
side as well. I can't
Once
access
you're in
the fully
good
behind
health,
me
we'll
area.
speak properly.
Now, you might think that I can just turn there, lift off the pen, move along, and then put it back down. But no, that snaps me into a completely different place. In fact, it is consistent, or it should be at least. So that's interesting. I did my testing in full screen mode. Now that it's in windowed mode so that I can stream it properly, it feels a little bit different, because this isn't where the center was earlier, it was over here more. So maybe there is... We've got some weird tech going on here.
There, you look better already. Maybe even strong enough to reach the Sea of Thieves.
You're lucky I don't have a sword.
Don't look so surprised.
To be
These days they call me
clear
the
with how
Pirate
this is
Lord.
working,
But back
in
when
order
I
to
discovered
look
this
around,
place, I was just
I
a bold explorer
hold my pen
like you.
just above the canvas. You
I
can see
dreamt of
there's
finding uncharted
no contact.
waters filled with treasures and rife
and
with
then
danger,
to click,
where
I
every
press down onto
sunrise
the
brought a
canvas.
new adventure.
If I want to right-click,
You've been brave
I should
to make
be
it
able
this
to
far. Not
hold,
many do. Now you've one
this top
last
button
crossing
here.
to make. You'll want some trusty steel at your side,
and
though.
then tap.
There's a sword in those trees whose owner
that doesn't
doesn't
always
seem
work.
to need it anymore.
Alternatively, I can press and hold, and that should work as a right mouse button. That's a F key. If it works by a key binding, it's the same as normal. However, there is a challenge with this. Normally, when holding a sword, if you hold left mouse button, you will engage in a sword dash, or you will start charging for one. I can't do that. If I hold down, it tries to right... What? I was testing this for like 3 hours on the weekend. So hang on, if I just overwrite the right mouse button and try to move a little bit more, I see. Okay.
There's far more to being a pirate than a blade in your hand and a love of other people's money.
Interesting.
It's about finding your way through
Interesting.
ancient caverns by lamplight, digging up long-lost treasures, and raising a frothing great tankard of grog when you live to tell the tale.
How are you drinking? You're a ghost. You're
For all that, you'll need
a
the
ghost
right
who got
equipment.
backstabbed, but I can't quite
You can start
view.
by taking this
That I-
old
there we are.
shovel.
Give me the shovel.
I stowed a few belongings around here back in the day.
Okay,
The
so
map
now that I've
will show you
unlocked
the
sword
way.
dashing, let's try to do the movement deck. Interesting. I'm not getting... There we go. And it should be around here somewhere. I can't actually look down very easily. You may notice that the middle of my canvas is slightly above the horizon line at the moment, which is better than during testing. During testing, the middle of my canvas was up here. Text. It's pretty standard movement tech. Oh god, I've got to walk directly back into the no-go zone. Facing south is disallowed. Oh yeah, I didn't have to check the map because I have done this a few times now.
My old chest. Let's see if she still hides her secrets.
Open the box. Take the stuff. And cool, we've got things, including gun. Ah, now there's the thing. I don't have an input for scroll. So I guess that's not happening. That's actually a problem, because I think I require that. Hang on, let's... Nope. Yeah, melee only. I should be able to access it via hotkeys, but they're not working at the moment, so that's interesting. Okay. So can I actually... No, that's locked. Okay, so I can't force my way through. I can't force an update. Okay, well, let's try and skip through. I don't think you can skip through to the next stage of the game. I think you have to shoot the gun. Figuring out how to do held right, left mouse button is pretty good, though. That is something I anticipated far more problems with. Yeah, guns are... Oh, of course I need to raise the anchor, but the prompt for that isn't there yet. Yeah, I'm locked out, I think. I need to just check one more time. Yeah, I can't access that. Okay. So because I don't have a scroll wheel input, I'll just make absolutely sure none of these stand in for that. No. And I can't access the hotkey. Alright. Then we will have to shamefully plug in the mouse and scroll. And away it goes again. Now, I can't aim down sights on this. But yeah, now I've done that. Should be able to access... No? Okay. Dead run. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but that should just be a tutorial thing.
Well now, I say you're as ready as you'll ever be for what's ahead.
Sword dash isn't quite working out for me. Yes, at this point, your man, Ramsey, lights and beacons. My perspective has changed because I've tabbed out and tabbed back in. There we are. And now we can access Sea of Thieves. Teleport time save by lowering that while he's yapping. Then we get the chapter break. Come on, any moment now, I'll be able to man the capstan. Select the pocket. Oh, I've got to bail the build. Of course I do. Now I can man the capstan. Cool. One absolute palaver. And we're away. See you, Ramsey, you big nerd. I gripped onto the wheel there to reset my view, and it seems to have worked. I didn't know if it would.
With your ship fully restored, passage through the shroud now beckons.
Nope.
Take care of
I
this
can't look at him.
last leg of your voyage. Threats of all shapes and sizes lurk in its murky fog. Keep
The
wind
rest
in
of
your
this is
sails.
pretty much sail in a straight
Eye on
line
that
and enjoy
horizon.
some set pieces,
And I'm
so
sure you'll have no trouble.
I don't think there's too much
Once
point
you make it
to
through,
going through it.
I will be waiting
And
for you.
since most of it,
world of
looking
adventure
left and right,
beckons.
is still on the mountain foot. But most of the navigation is just keyboard, so there's not really any difference to that. So I think we go straight from here into the main game. I quit to desktop. Give me a minute. Wasn't thinking. Do 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 do. Here it comes. Give me a moment to sip my tea at least. Oh, and since the camera is there rather than over there controlling my virtual avatar, I don't have to worry about drinking tea causing the virtual avatar to freak out, because I'm not using it tonight. Weird benefits. Right, is everything working once more? Very good. So yeah, I'm running into the problem that because the tablet controls screen space, I can quite easily fall off of it, so I need to be careful not to move my mouse outside of like this border region. Maybe I should get some electrical tape and mark that off, but I'll save it for now. Right, high seas because I'm not a coward. Something from my guild. My ship. Oh, that's right, I crashed into a galleon. I was thinking, who's damaged my ship? It was me. It was me. Alright. Get into the game. And then, what will we be doing? I don't know. I figure doing a sea fort is a good entry-level thing for this. But, you know, we'll be on the open sea. See if we can get into any shenanigans. Other players may be involved. Who can say? It's an online game. Quite literally anything could happen, including getting this VOD demonetized. As though my VOD's channel was partnered, or was a YouTube partner. Right, where are we at? This looks like Ancient Spire, maybe? You can tell I play this game too much. And there's my boat down there. Nothing of particular untoward on the horizon. In fact, I'm not seeing... Usually, if you're unaware of this game, there is a suspiciously shaped cloud somewhere on the horizon that marks a world event. And there is... Oh, hang on. A trail there, but that's not really a major thing. doesn't look like we've actually got any world events up at the moment, which always puts me at odds, because that means that there's a Kraken somewhere in the world that's going to pry us on the side. Right. There's no real requirement for loot, like in Subnautica. Kind of, but they're much more obviously suspicious than the Subnautica big clouds. I know the type you mean, though. But right, let's do a voyage for... Not for the Smugglers League. I do need Hunter's Call, so let's do a raid voyage for them. Raid on a sea fort. Dive location. Okay. It doesn't change things too much because we will be server hopping here in just a moment. But if I do get captured by the Kraken as soon as I leave port, I will be mad. Oh, wait. I forgot to change my sail, which I always like to do. I like to theme my sail around the adventure that I'm currently on. Let's go customization chest. Hopefully I'm not too far out of range. I shouldn't be. Ship customization, sails. And we're doing the no mouse challenge, so is there anything that I have unlocked that kind of gives that impression? Kinda, not really. I prefer like a... I don't know. Since it's shenanigans, let's do the party sails, which I don't have purchased. There's the parrot sails, which are pretty good. But let's talk to the ship, right?
What?
Ship customization. I need sails. See if there's anything in here that screams I'm not using a mouse. Something cat themed. I wonder if someone's saving up their Twitch points. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything that's screaming at me. You have it. Uh-oh. I'd best prepare a picture then. Not seeing anything that screams these sorts of shenanigans. I do have the party boat sail. I'll put that on then. Because I don't think any of these are really going for it. Alright.
Working here is so unfair. That's
nice, dear. Am I just blind and not seeing where the party sails are? There they are. Okay, party boat. That's more like it. Now, at this point, I would like to... Hang on, can I reset it outside here? Yes! And now my buttons are working properly. Hello? Go further down the dock. Oh, a cat is anti-mass. You are correct. Yep. Quite famously, in fact. Alright. Got the party boats up. Got some holes in the deck. So I can't immediately start repairing. That's going to be problematic. Oop. That's what I was talking about, that kind of cloud. Well, here we go, dive to location. Don't you know these ships also function as submarines? And we've instantly found our location. Let's go. Suppose it is only a C4 that I'm gunning for. Uh-oh. The slower movement speed underwater is really getting to me here. Go reset myself. Looks like there's a skeleton fleet ahead of us. Which we are looking from the east. Okay, I would like to be looking down. This is not ideal. Hang on, let's try moving there. There we are. Isn't afraid to stay. Which one? Nice aim, lads. Really doing the Spanish Armada proud. So what happened there, chat, is I tried to look down and to the left, and I opened up the start menu. And we do have a hole. Two holes, and all I've done is sail between islands. This is off to a fantastic start. Have a cheeky look on some parts of the horizon, just in case there's other ships about, but I don't think there are. Alright, let's change out my weapon from the harpoon gun to the blunderbuss. Click outside of the screen again. I have such a restricted window, actually. Of course, that one. Oops. So this is a phantom fort, or a sea fort. I like to post up in this room. Just have a look at the map, see if there's anything... Ah, right. Of course. I didn't anticipate this. I can't use maps. Interesting. Then I guess we'll stay in the dark as to whether or not there's things to be worried about. First bit of combat. I did shoot the map, didn't I? Oh, he's behind me. Right. Is that an ultimate wave? Yes, it is. What we'll be doing here is just running around, fighting off waves of phantoms until eventually the captain of the fort makes an appearance. Take him down, grab the key, loot the treasure, see a thief. Unfortunately, I am really missing my meat shots with the blunderbuss. Hello? There was a guy there, but he's back. Okay. That's more what I want. Yeah, I'm absolutely missing the majority of my blunderbuss shots. What are you doing down here, sir? Next wave. Usually a wave will spawn on one floor consistently. Like this one. And we do get quite small waves because I am doing this solo. Only 3 to 5-ish phantoms. Oops. Shoot the stairs. They're not above me, they're below me. Okay. Ah! I swapped my sword trying to block, but of course I can't right click. Okay, I'm gonna need to go grab some food. That's alright, because these places have usually a lot of ample supply, so I can just kite these guys for a moment. Hello? Where you at? There you are. They also drop ammo pouches, which will be helping me a little bit. Sometimes it's quicker to swap to the sword to finish off a opponent who is low than it is to reload. They're not on the top floor. Okay, interesting. Approach them from the angle at which I am strongest. Ouch! Ah! You nerd. He's gonna pop up behind me. Go up back pedal. Eat coconut. Husk and all. Ding ding. They are... Where are they? Oh, they're all outside. Catch as many as I can in a sword flurry or sword combo, whatever you want to call it. Okay, we're good. Another wave. Just gonna take a peek over the edges just in case there's another player in the area who I need to be aware of, but I don't think there is. So tap in to reset the camera view. That's actually working out for me. I do appear to be shooting when I don't intend to, which isn't helping. No, please. I can't block. I think that's my lack of coconut. Oh no, I've got one more. I will need to restock from a nearby barrel. A few more coconuts. I've got a lovely bunch. There's the captain. And this guy's got significantly more health than the moose. However, once he's defeated, all of the remaining phantoms will dissipate, and we get this nice fortress key. Nice. And we get our loot, including some nice big stacks of gold. That went about as well as could be expected, I think. Start moving things out towards the boat. there. Default raid complete. Now, the reason I wanted to do a C4 wasn't necessarily for the loot, although it is nice to have. It's because they're really good places to supply up. That said, I did neglect to grab any supply crates. And I'm not sure if one has a spawn in seaports. Give me my lantern, 'cause I can't quite see. Oh god, I can't lift it up, of course, because that's right mouse input. Dang it. I'll come back to that in a second then. I always am a little on edge when I hear the sound of the gold being picked up, because it sounds a little bit like someone's walking around. There we are. Fill that up. Bring it out to the boat. Now, we're not quite done, because there is a secondary loot wall, but we need to go hunting for a key. So I'm just going to make the rounds. See what can be found, and in the meantime, grab any supplies that we see. Ah, God. A little bit more currency is always appreciated. I think that's... Oh no, there's one more. Alright, explore. Or actually, there are some more containers out here, I think. Yes, there is. Nothing there. Oop, I open up there, I'll grab myself some pineapple. Pineapples are the best food item in the game. That's a fruit at least. Meats in a class all to themselves. Oop. There's some exterior crates. Hey, there it is, the fortress storeroom key. Once again, another quick horizon check. Think we're good. Stock up on some cannonball. I really should have brought a supply crate, but that's on me. You'll forgive me for not being entirely focused on the game at the moment. What with this situation. There we are, we have ourselves a little bit more. Oh, thought that spawn was guaranteed. This is over here. No, I thought there was a mermaid gem guaranteed in these places. Guess not. Where's the boat? There's the boat. And this is, to be honest, the only thing I really care deeply about, so I'll leave it at that. Ah, now. How do I harpoon walk? Because that requires clicking. Yeah, I'd need to hold right mouse button for that, and that's not a thing that I have access to. Interesting. Okay. So I can't harpoon walk. I hope you will. There we are. Well, that was about where my plans began and end for the day. To be honest, I didn't anticipate getting this far. So let us... Hang on. Wait, I got it. Look around the map. And see if there's anything spicy going on. Oops. Doesn't look like there's too much going on. Okay. In which case, I think it makes sense to just head for... this one is Port Merrick. Ah! No scroll wheel. Can't zoom in. Interesting. Right. I'm pretty sure that's Port Merrick. It would be very hard to do a clue scroll like this. What's the actual bearing to that? East by northeast. Got it. Head on out. And I'll be sure to grab a supply crate while I'm there. Oops. Not keeping an eye on my directions. Want to hang just south of that rock. Yeah, that should be fine. If you didn't know, chat, there's a hidden unlockable lantern cosmetic you can grab from over there. That's actually where I'm trying to go. I think then. I'm not sure what the reset timer is on Seaport. If I can get everything better. Wait, where am I? If I can get everything sold and grab a supply crate and get back before anyone starts spawning. There's some sails over that horizon. Is that a player's ship or a hard to readjust and see. Ooh, I'm not sure, chat. That might be a player ship. We might be in a bit of danger. Speaking of a bit of danger. Ah, come on. That was good enough. Don't worry, Captain. We'll buff out those scratches. Wait a minute. I'm the captain. What are you, ship? The anchor is down. I'm calling shenanigans on that. Ah. No. If there is a player ship and they're coming this way, what must they think of me? Let's put my usual movement-based loadout on, which is a harpoon gun. Nice staircase, very good. Queuing up. Oh, interesting. Might actually be too close. Hard to tell. The fog's rolled in a bit. And I think those are sails over there, but they're not making any noise. Well, let's get our stuff sold. Everything is okay. Now, my mate Clover always tells me not to sell the storage crates. I don't think it makes too much of a difference, to be honest. You get so many of them. And it's not too much extra work to just grab yourself a few more loose items when it comes time to sell. I want to come over here. I want to grab a resource crate. It would help to actually pick it up from the merchant. There we go. Make sure you're stretching. Same to you at home. Should just be able to jump onto the ship from here. Oop. Cool. Alright. Alright, let's head back and see if I can still salvage those supplies. I would like to go long tonight, unfortunately, or rather, well, unfortunately for that, but fortunately on my perspective, is I'm playing D&D tonight, so that's unfortunately not an option for me. Oh, hey, what you do with your hands and the comfort of your own home is your own business. Should be good. Oh, I've jumped into the water. Ha! Alright, well, guess it was bound to happen at some point that I'd be looking in the wrong direction and have to get a mermaid's assistance to return to my ship. Hello, Geraldine. You. Fun fact, chat. Did you know there's a an unlockable lantern cosmetic you can get at this island? In fact, I think I'm sailing directly over the chest where you can get it. That fort might have repopulated, so we might have to go through it again, which would be unfortunate, but such is the nature of these things. If I didn't forget the supply crate, then we wouldn't be in this mess. Yeah, hear that bell. We're about to get shot at with cannons. That's our sail. You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, you silly ghost. Not being penalized for this. Right. And you know what? I will do it again. Just because why not? They're not too long. And I do enjoy them. It gives me more room to practice in a safer environment, relatively speaking. Oops. That's true, the nearest barn is several hundred miles away in Cuba. Hello, sir. Pop. Ah! I said pop. Thank you for popping. Popping is non-optional when I request it. Pop. Especially if you're a weasel. Oop. Oh, they were actually above me. Where's your mate? Trapped up there? There you go. Being trapped on a hitbox there for a moment, but there wasn't anyone present. There we go. I do have the wrong food type on me. I don't want to be going through my valuable stuff when it's just against silly fort phantoms. Oh. Give that just one moment. Get out of here. Right? You're a nerd. You know what you are. I'll try and get that set up between waves. No promises though. Understandable. Right. Interesting. We're gonna have to do this with a tablet as well. So. Oh god, I can't operate Discord with a... Interesting. Wasn't anticipating that problem. This is why I didn't promise anything. I'm gonna need my mouse more. Nice. More. We did not have enough time for that charge. Absolute freak. Where you is? Oh, that right where it started. Not the time. Okay, fellas. Up, kiddo, please. Uh-oh, out of food. Out of food. Oh, God. Okay. Well, that gives me an opportunity to go and do this then. Let me entertain you. No, not the one that I need. I need this one. Okay. And over in the assets. Get the cat. We edit the cat. Paste in the new cat. Save the cat. And you get... No, you don't, because... Yes, Paint is allowed to adjust PNG images. Thank you, antivirus. I appreciate the endeavor, but not the time. There you go, have yourself a pretzel cat, using his tail as a little shield from the sun. The ingenuity of the goofy little guy is truly immeasurable. Alright, mouse is banned again. No, it's not, because I wanted to check something while I was here. Okay, cool. Now the mouse is banned again. We return to your regularly scheduled program. Get off the Ferry of the Damned, return to the ship. I use the opportunity to grab myself some nanas, because I will probably need them. Looks like it's reset at the start of the wave. That's fine by me. Hopefully it didn't fully reset the encounter. Oh, it didn't even reset the wave. It was just one dude. And I don't know what Bell's all about. Yeah, because we've got the captain wave. You can tell by the little orange there in the music. Got him. Easy as you like it. Now, unlike the first one, the loot won't all be the same faction. We'll get a variety. We didn't do it via a void, but that's fine. Just put that down. Probably better actually to set up this contraption over here. Lower that gate and move things over to the platform. Hit head on a beam. Give yourself a concussion doing that. Let's go grab the chest that I picked up upstairs. The terrible thing is, as I accidentally tap out, I'm kind of getting used to this control scheme, which is concerning, given how utterly bonkers it is. I can do that. So, out, grab there, grab that. Grab one more. I pop that open. Must have tapped without recognizing it. There's a lot more loot items. I think they're lower value, so it does work out about equivalent, but I don't know. Feels nice to be carrying a lot of things. Feels like I've got a lot of treasure. Even if value-wise, it's probably about the same, if not less so. To this point, then my mate Clover would be laughing at me for selling the treasure chest before, because now I've got a lot of minor loot items that would fit into that, but oh well. I don't need that. I need this. I do want that scout out. There is something I missed. To get out the door without having to reset my camera position. Very cool. Two more over here. I think we're good. All right. Then it's the search for the other key. Could be anywhere. Not always in the same place. can also find things like that. About. I'll just carry around until I find somewhere good to put it. Because usually there's another chest somewhere. If not, it's just a foul bounty skull. They're not worth really anything. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. No need to worry myself. Now this is your relic. That's a little more valuable, so I'm a bit concerned about that. Bags of gold. Do you keep your money in big bags, chat? I know I do. HMRC would very much like to know where I keep them as well, but they won't find out. Hope you're It's going interestingly, Seb. Welcome in, nice to see you. As you can see, I am struggling to achieve basic movement. Oh, wait, there's something glowing over here that I missed. A bit of money. Might be in the main room here. There. Not there. Uh-oh, it might be in one of the exterior ones that I never bothered to check. Yeah, because I'm not seeing it yet. Do with a minor volume boost from the game or from me, or just in general? To be fair, I'm talking away from the microphone a little bit, which is a bad habit. It suggests more that it's improperly placed. My microphone, that is. Boxes, see if you can find the thing. There's a key in one of boxes, but I'll never tell you where. To be fair, yeah, my microphone is set quite low, because it is generally a better idea to have a quiet microphone that you boost rather than a loud microphone which clips, at least in terms of voice acting. That does assume that I put it through a normalization filter first, which I can't really do for the stream, so it might be coming out a bit quiet, and if so, whoopsie. No, don't turn me into a BTF file format. I'll lose all my unique rendering assets. No! No dynamic. No, my lighting. My soft edge reflections. I find that hard to believe, Rye. You've made some very odd threats. Surely you've heard stranger than that. I think so, yeah. Ah, fair enough. You know what they say, remembering things is for chumps. You know what they say, remembering things for chumps. What do you mean I've said that before? Right. Run back through and use the pulleys to pulley the thing. Ah, yeah. No, it's just a pure wave format for me, sorry. Oh, I can't fall over that. What's that? There we go. Get me eye in a little bit. That's a player ship. Interesting. Please. I beg you. Rare, please. Oh. Void trade? I see what you mean. I do see what you mean. Oh! Thank you, video game. Yep, afraid not. It's dark as soup out here. Right, and now for the reason why we went through all that trouble. I now have my supply crate that we can make use of. Oh no. Yeah, that's not ideal. Okay, wait. Some interesting I guess in-betweens that they were using there. But yeah, you definitely want to be looting from these ones because look at that food. Oh, very nice. Frozen pork chop, not frozen, but it is indeed a pork chop. Actually, I want to be looting from these barrels, don't I? Make sure I get all of my resources. Well, I cleared this place twice. Why is it that white? Because it's not been cooked. I don't imagine you have much color before you get cooked. That's rude. I'm sorry. Pig needs more iron. Might do. Might do. Okay, pull out of that. To be fair, human is red meat anyway. Born pre-cooked. I always knew you were a silly sausage. I think that's all for this floor, barring these. How am I doing for in slots? Looks good. And the cannonball crates. Crates? That's wrong. Barrels. They're always good looting. You don't get money for them like you do with, well, cannonball crates, for example. But you do get a goodly amount of resources, which is worth the time. Can't see Jack Diddley out here. I think that's about all I'm gonna get. What's the cannon aimed at? Well, you know, if ships try to approach, it's nice to have a cannon to shoot at them with. Some of them happen to be in the direction of port and such like, but you know, if I were to approach from the south side there, it's nice to have a cannon ready to stop me. They'll miss because they're terrible shots. We've established this already, but you know. What? Ah, sorry, I'll just go down the stairs. Like some kind of normal person rather than leaping from the balconies at every juncture. Can't actually turn around. I apparently dropped one into the water. Not sure how I did that. I do remember hearing a splash, and that must have been it. Now, does anyone remember where I put the resource crate I just built? Genuinely cannot discern its location. There it is, right next to that bollard. It means I'm going to have to turn a little bit more because I can't do a harpoon walk. Because I can't right click. Set that going. Nice. Back to port with all haste. Hopefully that sloop I saw earlier isn't going to cause problems for us. The crane stuff, it's all gone into my storage crate, which should be that it? No, that's great. I do need to pick through the loot pile a little bit. Just a little bit. Ooh, just a little bit. What? Why am I getting that? I'm leaving. And I've already received it. Is it over here? Where's it gone? I'm actually getting concerned now. There it is. So, this storage crate, what happens to it? All of those lovely resources go into my barrels, and they supply the ship for the journeys to come. Now, actually going through and sorting all that would be a nightmare. I am going to pull out the fish because I can sell that. But the rest is, I can also sell the meat if I cook it, but I can't be bothered. But yeah, otherwise, it will fuel our adventures. Don't see anyone in port. Nice. On the bowsprit, there's a very good reason why I put it there. Because when the time comes that we are at port, I'm actually going to drop anchor to rest all of our speed. Grab my harpoon gun back out so that I can head on up. It means it's nice and accessible from the harpoon at port. And I don't need to worry about getting it from below deck or anything. It's a nice quick sail. Doing it on the exposed bowsprit is also good because you're unlikely to hit other things than your treasure. For now, we just go through and offload. I'm actually going to clear my inventory of this because you can still sell the empty crate. Room for one of those. Yep. Oh, thank you. It does carry some level of risk in that other pirates could harpoon your loot away from you. But it is so rare that it's practically not worth worrying about. Nice. Alright, I'm going to go up to the top floor. And just keep an eye on the horizon to see if anyone is approaching. I thought I saw someone earlier, but they appear to have vanished for the time being. I'm not seeing any other sails on the horizon. Oh, I've accidentally maximized the window. Hang on. Is there a way to... Uh-oh. There we go. Maximize the window and could no longer see Twitch. Alright, I think we're safe. You make it, there's not really upgrades in that sense in this game. Pretty much from the day you log in, you have one of every single type of weapon. You have all of the movement options you could ever have. There are some things like emissary flags, which I'm not using today, which you do unlock later on. But your ship that you get the moment you set sail for the first time is the ship you will be sailing several years into the game. Just realized my tea was about to go from cold to unpleasantly cold and had to chug it. I'll be feeling that in an hour. As it comes to the regular, you do get to choose what kind of ship you get, but it depends on if it's a one-man, or rather, 1 to 2 man on the sloop here, 2 to 3 on the brig, or 4 man on the galleon. It's determined by your crew size, not by any other property. You can try to solo pilot the galleon. I don't recommend it. Yeah, if you're curious what I'm getting myself into, so am I. I don't actually have any plans. I figure I'll just sail around and see if I can find someone and get involved in some shenanigans. But if you want it to be as fast as possible, actually we're sailing into the wind, so this is currently as fast as it's possible, but you can angle the sail with the wind to try and get a little boost from that. It is all down to skill. It's a very flat progression in terms of that. All of the real progression comes in terms of cosmetics. And as you can see, I've got some progression in that regard with my boy, who I was helpfully informed after the fact looks a little bit like the baby from Ice Age. Also got some nice emotes, a barrel disguise here. You'd never suspect it. No schooners, yeah, there's only 4 ship classes in the game at the moment. And I don't think it's likely we'll see more. There is the 1-man sloop, the 2 to 3 man brigantine, 4-man galleon, and the 4-man plus NPC crew man o' war, which you can't just start your adventure with, unfortunately. Tell you what, I'm going to dive for a... let's go for a buried... regular on a regular small island type of location. Because don't you know, my ship is also a submarine. All square sailed. Yep, that's right. No Latines have come to the Sea of Thieves thus far. Oh, you never seen a boat go underwater? Happens all the time. Slightly less common that they come back out again, but you know, we make do here on the Sea of Thieves. Crikey, that rock was a bit close. Now, has that actually moved me to a different server, or am I still on here? You can quite easily tell usually by the world event that's active. I'm not actually seeing any suspicious looking clouds, so it might not be one. But at least that means we're not on the same one we were previously. Do a quick whiz around the island, see if there's anything of particular note. There's usually a skeleton captain somewhere. That might be him over there. Yes, indeed. You keep your nana to yourself, sir. Don't be bringing that here. Oh yeah, I love the names of skeleton captains. And I still mourn the loss of the venerable Captain Quick Dickens. Don't think too hard about that one. Especially if you're a Twitch mod. Yeah, we've got his head, we've got a fruit crate, and we've got his mission here, which I'll just look for. Looks like it's south side. Is this the south side or the north side? Is it the south side we're on? South side main island. Cool. Be around about. There's a supply crate. He didn't have any friends helping him out. Anything cool? A couple of blunder bombs, curse cannonball, ballast ball. Not too bad. Could help me out. The mission we're actually here for, okay, just by the north patch and just inside the main patch. Hello? Caught on the rock. That should be around about here. No? Ah, that's been poisoned. Ah, here. There we are. But they're just rudimentary. Oh, I forgot to sell my fish. Oh well. There we are. It's just castaway chests. They're not really worth picking up. They're like 50 gold. You get way more just by touring the island, picking up. I just heard something concerning. Whoa! Yes, I did hear something concerning. Oh my god. Alt tab, please. Work. I'm cheating. I'm cheating. I'm very much cheating. Okay, back to it. There is not a weight capacity you can have as much as you want. I had a little tiny hole. I'm not quite sure. Did I grab that on the way up? Oh dear. That was pretty close. And I got trapped in OBS. So if the layout is in a funky spot, okay, it looks like I only moved some hidden objects. That's a problem actually. Chat. Let's have that on so that you can actually see things. Alt tabbing no longer works. Alt tabbing has been broken. I'm not sure what I've done. Touch some other keys and try to unstick something. No. No, I can no longer alt tab. Interesting. Right. Yeah, because that's how I was resetting my camera position. I can't do that anymore. Hello? Hello? Is there somebody here? Did I just hear? I just hear? I swear I heard like a harpoon go on. But right now I'm on a different world. There might be some other crews to engage with, and I've accidentally... Tabbing out is now so much slower. Great. Joy. Happy. Serendipity. We slowly move around the island. I'm gonna try to head towards that big red glowing tornado and see if someone's around there. Yeah, there's no weight capacity or anything to worry about like that. Pretty much you just have to worry about carrying too much loot, make yourself too much of an appealing target for others. That's the real danger. Oh, old tapping's back. Okay. Something about Cutlass K was breaking it, I guess. Let's consolidate my wood crates. Something skipped, so that's probably the handle. Ooh, and there's a bit of shark meat in there as well. So that's gonna hit that island, but I'll worry about that in a second. I'll be sailing northwest, which is my least favorite direction to sail because that's where the waves prevailing come from. In this little sea we have, this Sea of Thieves, you might say. That's the name of the game. Wow. Yeah, there was no chance that was working. I'm bad on harpoon at the best of times, let alone when I'm trying to play the game like Thieves. That was good time. I guess we're just before that. Cool. Let's cook up some shark meat. So we've got some. And the uncooked fruit. Set that going. Don't let me forget about that, chap. I think I just saw a rock. A rock that made me think of something of problematic ilk. Okay, that's almost cooked. Wait for it to get some colour on it, because you don't want to eat barely cooked meat. You want there to be a bit of myarding. Now that's a good cooked fish right there. Sharks will take a little bit longer. There's almost done. Outside the crispy. Consider something I don't want to think about too deeply. That'll all get sold. Next time we're at port. So what am I sailing for at the moment? I am sailing for one of two things. Either I encounter another player and we have some shenanigans and tomfoolery all around. Ah, I see the that Ashen Wind World event that we were sailing towards seems to have disappeared. Either because it was cleared by a player. It doesn't look likely because there's not one nearby. That would be or I'm waiting on a world event like either a minor megalodon or what's the name of it? A skeleton ship. Because I am curious to get into a bit of naval like this. I would prefer a skeleton ship or a skeleton sloop, but I shan't be picky about it. Just so long as it's not a kraken. I don't really want to encounter one of those. They are a bit of a drag to fight. I'm sailing through the wild actually, which is not particularly pleasant, so let's cut westwards. Around shipwreck. Okay. I think we'll have to actually go to this rate, but is it shipwreck bay? Or is it one of the small ones? Well, that was a very ominous sound as a new cloud forms on the horizon. Ooh, right hard over. Get through. I'll take that exit to the bay. Where's the wind at? No, I can't get full billow. On a sloop, and I think this is kind of a balancing for less things to manage as a solo, you have to consider the wind less, because unless you can get full billow, it is usually best to have your sails straight forwards. Which is a nice relaxation of usual requirements. On a bigger ship, though, you really do need to be paying attention to it. So this is a creeper fort. Is that Daggertooth outpost? Please stop accidentally tapping out. Yes, it is. Don't think there's any ship ahead of me. Ooh, cool. Then yeah, I'll swing by Daggertooth outpost and sell off what meager loot we have. Group of fish, because I don't want to lose that. Having a little paranoia check, make sure I'm not tucked on by any sneaky sods. Can't see any sneaky sausages, so let's pretend more. I mean, I'm not sure that this is the kind of ship they would want to be hiding on, controlled by someone who can't even properly use their mouse. What must they think of me? It's a challenge run, I swear. That's just a map complete around it. Reaper Forts are a world event that has both naval and land combat aspects. Straighten up the tiller. There we go. It may seem a bit presumptuous to be offloading this small amount of loot, including a spare storage chest, But this is already full, but there's nothing else particularly fine. And I've got good. But I'm not sailing under a flag or anything, so might as well upload. Damn, that was actually quite smooth. So we've got some phantom ships. They don't seem to be engaged in a firefight or anything. I don't think there's anyone over there. It's a bit unfortunate. I was sort of hoping the next event would be the Burning Blade, which is the Man of War that I mentioned earlier. I'm just turning around. I'm not going for 3-4. I'm not actually crazy. Just, you know, mostly. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to do. But I'm just sailing in that general direction because I do want to still be going generally westwards. Oh, hang on, they are. Can't quite see what it is. Shooting at something on the floor. Oh, is it because... Right, phantoms and skeletons aren't actually aligned, are they? Usually. The phantom fleet I think of as being aligned to the skeletons, but I don't know if that actually holds true. Rocks? I think I might actually be getting away with that. Ha! No shot. That's very lucky of me. Yeah, if they're shooting at each other, that's incredibly cool thematically. I'd love if I could stop accidentally grabbing the top of the window. Oh my god! I swear the ship doesn't usually rock this much when I'm using a mouse. It's just so much more apparent how unsteady the seas are like this. Cool. I don't have like a proper mouse mat here, so my wrist is resting uncomfortably on the desk. There are more pleasant waters now, though. No idea where exactly we are. There's somewhere west of Dagby. Ooh! Hey, someone's to the south. I can go check in with them. Let's do it. I'm not keen to do another fortress. I've done 2 of them. May I? Better check the map. Really, if I'm looking to get encounters, I should probably be putting up the Reaper's Mark myself, but... Is that a... No, it's a little cannon post. You can see what I was thinking, though. It definitely looks like a square-rigged ship. Such as, you know, all of the ships in this game. love to be able to zoom in slightly. Like, they are at an outpost. I'm pretty sure that's Plunder Outpost. But I want to know if they're at the Sovereigns or if they're at the main dock, and I just can't find that out at the moment. So they might vanish entirely. Uh-oh. Oh, it's what I didn't want to happen. Hello, Karen. No, you start getting... You're about to wrap the ship. No, you're about to slap the ship. Brace. I can tell you I'm not having a cracking good time. Back the ship full of eggs, right? Restock. Balls. Cannonballs, that is. Uh-oh. This is unpleasant. Nope. Okay, I have no real excuse for that. 'Cause I'm using, down. Any more? Or is she gone? I think escaping her radius. Nice. We're free. Phew! And that was actually a full vanquish. I was just looking for an escape. But, you know, we take those. Thank you for my rewards. It's not the proper one, but... Right. Full cannonballs. That works too. And let's see if that guy is still at coming. They are! And they're coming this way! But I am not going their way. So let's start heading. Because we did get slapped a couple of times by a fell tentacle from the dreaded beast. So I think I noticed something. I wonder if it is true during that. If I open up this menu, move over here, there, back. Oh my god! Oh, look at this! Brand new technology. I can actually turn in a full circle. Oh, this is... Oh, it's like rediscovering fire. It truly is. Right, let's load up the cannon with... one of them. Oh! Oh! Ratato banan! Yeah, we should be on a collision course here near Wester Reapers. Whatever that isle is. I don't know, Scurvy or something. Scurvy Island. Yeah, that's huge actually. Seem to have run into the fog, as expected. I should be able to actually see my quarry upon the horizon. Oh, it's a barrel. Not. Oh, there they are. They're a brigantine. 2 sails sailing into, or sailing with wind in their sails. Not quite with the sails, I think they're crosswind, but they've got enough to billow. I'll slap my mic briefly. Let's get involved in some shenanigans, baby! Which is good, because we've only got like 6 minutes left of the stream. I would like to run longer today, but don't really have the opportunity. I've got other plans afterwards. If they don't recognise that as a sign of celebration. Afternoon, lads. How you doing? Nah, I'm chasing them. You're not getting away from me. You will have a party subjected to you. Oh yeah, I can do this. But I'm not used to it yet. And I think they've lost crosswind, so I might actually be faster than them. I don't know the exact measures of it. Dum da dum da 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 dum dum da dum da dum 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 da dum da dum da dum dum da dum da da dum. Do I have? Oh, I actually forgot plenty of something. F. Loading the monkey highway. The Burning Fury Highway. Where'd they go? Hang on. Where'd they gone? Oh, I oversteered. They're over here. Back into the fog. So we've both got crosswind, so they should be able to have me. But I'll try. I'll try my darndest. Got 3 minutes. Come back here. Come back here and have a party subjected upon ye. This is non-optional. I think I'm out of range of that. I think I'm out of range of that, chat. Is the wall event even still up? I don't think. They are able to outspeed me if they have crosswind. but I'm trying to keep on top of it. Nope. Trying to look. Yeah. I should actually be using the E menu because it's less impactful if I accidentally select something. Right, yeah. More along the west. And I've only got a minute to catch them. And I really can't overrun the stream, dang it. You will not escape into the storm. You will not escape me. There, oh, sheep. There's an island there. They will escape me. Oh, it's the unmarked island. That's why it wasn't marked. Whee! Well, there it is, chat. There is 8 o'clock when I end my stream, unfortunately. As the party boat sails off into the storm in pursuit of those who may be subjected to its partying, that is where I shall have to leave you. So let me grab out my stream manager, which I have just accidentally turned off. Yes, I did. And I decide where it's best to send you. Actually, I should probably be on the tiller, what with it all being a storm and such like. Is anybody live? Honestly, I'm going to send you over to Ted601. That is the cat of regular HUD 601. So if you wish to go and see a cute little kitten having a little nap, then that is where I can recommend you be. Give them the banana, say hello. If you don't have that, then just have a good time. We will be back next time on Wednesday for a little bit of speedrunning, something or other. No idea what, but we'll find out soon. And then Thursday for something likely completely different. So, thank you so much for coming. I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.